presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hey, Robert, how you doing, man?
Yes, and thank you for taking my call. I wanted to let you know that I've been a subscriber for a couple of years, just different members of your team, and I really enjoy it. But really the reason I'm calling is to express my sincerest gratitude for you providing that information yesterday on the small business grant. I'm a small business owner and primary breadwinner for my family, and if I can get that money, it's going to really mean a lot to my family. So
that's awesome.
Thank you for taking the time to do that.
No, well, listen, man, we appreciate you growling and prowling with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and you go against yourself, and it'll take you longer to accomplish your goal. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 60. Nasdaq's up 172. S&P's up 34. Gold contract up $3.80, traded at $17.80 an ounce. We have silver down 47 cents, $21.63 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 72 cents, $86.60 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You have the 10-year note trading up 14 ticks at 112.18. The 30-year up almost a full point, 31 ticks at 124.20. And King Dollar. King Dollar down 217 ticks, trading at 106.444. The euro is at 103. The yen is out here at 139, and the British pound is at 118 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, we take up the SPY first. You're in a confirmed ABC structure on the way up. The PPI came in this morning, and, futures exploded topside. We're going to have volume in the SPY today. The SPY made it to 402. Bottom line is, 9 more points to make that 411. I expect we're going to make it, And intraday, as I just did in the update there, when you see what happened intraday, bottom line is that came down, tested the low of yesterday, dramatically lighter volume. This is in the futures now. You can see here, that's your spike. Your spike was coming into the close 10 minutes before the close. You had 126,000 contracts traded. You got the low of 39.64. Well, when we came down, even the first leg down when the missiles basically hit Poland, and the understanding right now you have 2 people that are dead. Bummer. Bottom line, even the first one was only 97,000. So it was 97,000 against the 126. Then your next bar had 76,000, and your low out there today had 76,000. So bottom line, that's telling me that you still want higher price, because when you do look, when we go to the volume for all the indices also, what you're going to see, and you've heard me say this a million times, bottom line, you got to a higher price. If you don't stick and you pull back, you go right back topside. NYSE, we're at 639 million, so that'll do over $1 billion. The composite, though, the bottom line, composite's got big volume. The composite right now, we're at 4.3. We're going to do 5.5, 5.6, something like that. So if you go over and take a look at it, we know that the composite has been the weaker indice. The bottom line is, guess what? It's the weaker indice, but now it wants higher price. So, bottom line was game up here for the composite. Again, it's 12,169, and we're at 11,375. Let's go to the note and bond market first, because I want to show you that the note and bond market are also making, my take, this would be a counter-trend bounce, but it's powerful. Bottom line is that you got 1.5 million contracts today. It's not going to be an ABC up, because I believe we're coming into 2.6. Let me see what that is. It's 2.559, yeah. So it's not an ABC up. But when you just take the aspect of, so the way Fibonacci expansion contraction works, folks, is that, the bottom line, you get a 0.382, a 50, 618, and 1, right? 0, 0.382, 50, 618, 1. Well, a 0.382 is a normal bounce in a bad market. And that's what it's doing. And so we'll see it. You know, this thing was going to make a run to 113.29. And we'll see how that shakes out. If it busts it, guess what? You'll go to a 50% retracement, which is the 115.15. And if that's what you do, the bottom line is that the correlation is direct. The correlation is direct between interest rate structure, the U.S. dollar, and the U.S. market. And if we take a look at it, you know, this dollar right now today, now it's intriguing here, there's no doubt. The dollar basically is trying to put in a little low here today. You know, we got to 105.340. You know, the swing point here is 104.636. You know, so we'll see where this ends up at the close, because if it does end up over 106.281, the volatility is going to continue, and it's going to basically grind all the way up. The thing that's intriguing here, okay, you know, when I was interviewing Steve Rhodes yesterday, he was talking about the aspect. He showed us, you know, all the lows that had come in, established when he's using his program, right? And, you know, there's a couple more things that have to get done for the lows. But I can tell you, the way this market's trading, man, this is what normally does happen at major lows. You know, my take is that we still have the big ABC on the way down. That's where my head's at, you know, and it'll take quite a bit to break that. But this is how you do make big lows, meaning you go, then it looks like it's going to fall apart, and then it comes right back. Then it looks like it's going to fall apart and comes right back again. We'll see. We'll see how that shakes out. And, of course, you know what my take's going to be. My take's going to be when we finish the ABC structure, if you get into that swing point, as you get into that swing point, well, here, we can do this quick. As you get into that swing point, what ends up happening simultaneously, which should be happening, if that's where we go, is that we're going to see the dollar will actually be down at this low. So if you get into the swing point we're talking about, the 411 in the S&P, if the dollar gets into the 101, that, and you get into it and the volume drops off the cliff, well, that's the setup, man. And then we'd go to the bonds, and we go to the bonds, and simultaneously you'd want the bonds either at a 0.382 or 618, because then you'd have that triangle that's happening. And inside that triangle, your probabilities are that the bounce is over, and then you can position yourself. But that's how they, and that is the most deviant you can do. And you know what my saying is, folks. The market's price, the market's place is to take the most amount of money away from the most amount of people in the least amount of time. And guess what? If we do that, that's what's going to happen. And I'm talking about professionals. I'm not just talking about you and I. I'm talking about flat out. The reason that rally was so big is that the professionals were on the wrong side of this last week. We weren't, but they were. But the bottom line is that you get the gist of it. Dow Industrials right now up 52. You get the NASDAQ up 171. S&Ps are up 32. Walmart, man. Talk about Walmart. Walmart killed it, man. The bottom line, Walmart, large ABC up. It finished it in one day. You know, it's a breakout. 20 million shares. You're up $10.50. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the market's open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now trading up 102. We get the Nasdaq up 190. S&Ps are up 40. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the hour. And don't forget, folks, Basil has an outstanding show here every trading day, 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, The Opening Call. Now, it's very easy to get Basil's Opening Call. Come over to our website at TFNN. You go into newsletters, you're going to see the opening call right on the left-hand side. You just hit that subscribe button, and you can get the opening call for 1 month for $149, 6 months for $695, which is a savings of $199, and a year for $1195, which is a savings of $593. Now, they all come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, folks, so you can check it out. You can get his newsletter. But it doesn't work for you 28 days, just cancel it. You get your money back, no big deal. But what you are going to get is this, and this is a guarantee. You're going to get a great newsletter. Basil has 10 to 12 archives out there. You really want to understand that wave and ride that wave. Great education out there. Very inexpensive. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Yourself?
Very good. Thank you.
So, what a market, huh?
Well, this is very interesting because there must have been some bad news. I wasn't listening to anything. I was just looking at the charts, and the market suddenly was doing very well, and then whoosh, came down. Now it's trying to regain some of that strength. So I think what we're looking at here, if you look at the technicals on my part of it, I've got on the left chart, here's the daily chart of the Dow. On the right, in the middle is the weekly, and on the right is the monthly chart. And you can see that all the technicals here are very strong.
Do you have those charts, Al?
Oh, did I not actually
No, I think
that?
we got them. He's getting them up for me.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So it's a little difficult to talk about if you haven't got the chart. So what we're looking at here is I go through these different indicators. I just put them on there. I don't have to plan them or anything. I just watch them, and I use them when needed. And I do that whether I'm watching a 1-minute chart or whether I'm watching this monthly long-term chart. It doesn't matter because the market is made up of straight lines, arches, and cups, and it's really a fractal of human nature. So every single time frame repeats the same kind of pattern, either in a larger form or a smaller form. So what I like to look at is I like to try to identify a low bar and see if that low bar gets upgraded from a buy signal to a buy mode. The implication there is in the Chapman wave, we should go at least to 4 higher peaks. That's peak A is the first, peak B is the second, then C is the third, D is the objective. Once it gets to D, other things can happen, but the objective initial one is to get you to D. So we've got that. We went long the Dow the day after the low of 28,660. We've been long. We added to that with the 3 times long the UDOW, and we've taken a little bit off just in terms of we had a 39% profit in one of the positions. You know, you can't just dismiss that. So we took that off. I intend to try to put that back very soon. But the objective here is to follow the pattern, and if it makes a cup formation, and you can go from the left side number of bars, that's at 34,281 on the 16th of August, where we came tumbling down. That was a peak F, and we came tumbling down to a trough F at 28,715. Had a bit of a rally to 30,454. Remember I talked about arches and cups, made an arch formation, broke just barely underneath that left side low, and on the 13th of October went to 28,660. So the very next day, the 9-period moving average crossed over to, on the 15th, I believe it was, the 9-period moving average crossed over the 14, and that's a really good sign. The MACD was rising. It actually had a positive divergence from the low in late September to the low in mid-October. The stochastic was also making high. The on-balance volume is the one thing that has been lagging all the time, and it's still lagging. But the price is the price, and here it is. It's gone to the peak D. It made a cup formation, and now I've got it as a leg F. And look at the symmetry on the left side. So we're anticipating in the next few days the 34,281 level might be hit, but we are really close. Today's highs, I'd say to subscribers, I think the 33,900 is going to be some kind of a resistance area. Well, we hit 33,987 today, and we pulled back. So I've considered the Dow has just the perfect mix at this particular point, meaning in the last month or so, where it's got the right ingredients for the move, and it's going to lead, and so far it's been leading the other indices. If you look at the weekly chart, you'll see I've got a technique that I call the Chapman Wave Inside Track Repellent Zone. This is the first time we've gone above it last week. We've got a little doji candle. The week is just barely begun, so this candle just started the new week, and it's in leg A. The MACD is good. Stochastic still under 80% to 73%. The 9-period moving average has gone above the 14. So I like what I see, and what I want to point out here is that if there can be a nice close above 34,281, the high of the 19th of August, that makes this arch formation in this particular pattern. If there can be a close above that, and I would actually like to see it for 2 weeks out of 3, above that level, that says, at least in the intermediate term, you've turned the corner, and that's in the weekly chart for the first time. You're getting a confirmation that you got a buy signal, maybe even almost upgraded to a buy mode. But I don't want to go there yet. And you can see the monthly chart has broken out from the trend line resistance. That's the first time it's done that. That's a good sign. So I like everything that I see, but you needed everything else to confirm. You finally got the QQQ running very strongly, the IWM, the Russell 2000, the S&P running. I like that. I like the fact that the SMHs are doing very well right here. There's a left side, right side price time match there that goes to the next few days to say it should try to get to the high that was made at about 230. I think it was 239, 235. So 229 is the high so far. And you really need the semiconductors. And I had mentioned to you, I think it was last week, that we are long Bank of America. Every year, for the last about 7 years, we've had it for a long time. We get out of it, then we go back in, and that's the same thing here. We're in the 31 area, and it's at 37. It's gone above the 200-period moving average. It's at a peak E. It looks like it might rest, but remember I was talking about that arch formation in the weekly chart with the Dow. Well, 36.94 was Bank of America's high back in, that was in early October, I think it was, August, and then it pulled back sharply. So last week it closed nicely above that, and this is the second week. I would like to see it close above, and I need to see the XLF, the financials, moving very well with the general market right now. And funnily enough, we had a stock the other day that I chose. I also try to find some subscribers, stocks that are in the single digits. This one was $7.70. This is 1-800-Flowers.com. I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up. The holiday season's coming up. So we got in and had a big spike up into the 917 area. It pulled back, and today it's at 9:14. It's done the same, left side, right side, cup formation. I'll be doing this in my show for the rest of the week. I'll take some time during my show to do a lot of these charts in a smaller time frame just to demonstrate live exactly how it works. You can see this is the cup that I drew. This is where I showed subscribers. That's the inside wedge target line that we wanted to see, and it hit it exactly in the right number.
That's a big cup, man. That's a big cup.
That's a big cup.
That's a big cup.
Yeah. It's
Listen,
like
folks, really easy to get Basil's newsletter. Come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to hit the newsletter. On the left-hand side, you're going to see the opening call. Hit that, and you're off to your races. Basil, you have a great one, safe one. We look for a show tomorrow morning.
Thank you very much, Tom. You too.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 88, Nasdaq's up 186, S&Ps are up 38. Now let's go over to the S&Ps because this is going to be cool. So the S&Ps, the E-mini, folks, is we're at the 50% retracement here. Let me pull this up so you can see this because this is really cool to understand how strong the market actually is, no matter what happens right here, actually. And what I want to show you, there we go. So what you have is that we just came up past the 50% retracement, gave it up. Okay, it's going into, and this is where you can see this works. You know, you're going into contracts of. Now, if you watch my screen, the contracts are on the right-hand side. The volume. See that 43,000? You're going into 43,000. The first, well, right before that, okay, you're coming in with 47. So the way this works, that was 50 minutes ago. That was actually before I started on the air. So first you had 47,000. Next bar, you have 36. Next bar, you have 29, and then it actually popped with 31. So when you're doing this, folks, the bottom line is that the next thing that I do, I go, okay, man, it couldn't make it, right? Now tell me what this bar is all about. Because the bar that we're on right now, you're only 1 minute into it, but the bar we're on right now is going to tell us everything. Because my take is it going to hold. And the reason being, I'm saying that prior to this, is you're coming into, see what you're coming into? You're coming into 76,000 contracts. So we'll see whether it get it. If it doesn't get it, guess what? It's going to go for the highs again. That's how this baby works. So, I know we're trying to stay away from blockchain. I mean, but we can't. You know, and the reason is that this is like the biggest scam in the world. This guy, you know, he thinks that at this particular point, there's a headline saying that, you know, he's going to meet with regulators. He's going to get on the plane. You know, I'll tell you what, man. He gets on the plane and comes to the United States. I don't think he's going to be leaving. You know, so if you remember when this first started, right? He came in and saved BlockFi, which is out of New Jersey, okay? But the way that he saved it, so this is coming across, BlockFi now is saying that they got to go bankrupt too. Because this is the same, he had the ultimate Ponzi scheme. Picture this. He not only had the Ponzi scheme with people giving him his money, he had the Ponzi scheme with all the rest of these exchanges, because the way he would do it, so watch this. This story here is crazy. So because everyone was taking the money out of BlockFi because they had exposure to the first one that went down. Was it Tether? I think it was Tether. Anyway, the bottom line is that he came in and supposedly saved them, okay? But the way this seems to always be working, he saves them with cash, and then the cash they have to turn around and go right back and buy his tokens, because that's what happened here. What they're saying, BlockFi had to pause this withdrawals activity on the platform. It couldn't operate business as usual given the uncertainty about FTX. BlockFi didn't respond to requests. Of course they didn't. But, you know, listen to this. Look at this. So this was like a scheme beyond belief because, listen to this part of it. This is crazy. Okay, BlockFi didn't respond to requests for comment. A bankruptcy filing would make Jersey City-based BlockFi the largest casualty of the sudden collapse of Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto empire, which comprises, now here you go, FTX, FTX US, the Alameda Research, which is deep into it, and then 100 affiliated entities, 100 entities. Why do you need 100 affiliated entities, folks? Because it's that, where is it? You know that game that they go around like this? Well, where is it? That's why you need 100 entities. Bottom line, in a blog post, BlockFi said today that has significant exposure to FTX and Alameda, including loans. So picture this. Including loans to Alameda, assets held at FTX, and undrawn amounts from the credit line that FTX had given them. You know, the whole thing is a big freaking scam, man. That's, you know, and the unfortunate part about it is that people still don't understand. I mean, Kathy Wood buying GBTC, you know, yeah, I get the idea about, we were talking about it yesterday, that, you know, you have this discount out here, right? It was 42% yesterday, now it's 34%. You know, and I get that, but guess what? If you're out here touting that you think people are ever going to make money on crypto or all of that, I think you're right out of your mind. That's the bottom line. You know? And yeah, I know the run was there, but guess what, man? It's just like the digital art, like the alpacas. I mean, think about in your trading career, how many of these things came up that were the ultimate, right? I mean, and what happens every time? Every time, poof, there goes the whole ball of wax, man. And yeah, we haven't even come down to the tulips. And could you imagine this? You know what's really wild? I think one of the things that are hard to comprehend is that tulip, you know, and I read it too many times. I didn't read it, but I actually did read that book. Like, how could people think that tulips are worth so much money? But the bottom line is that they did. And that's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. How can they think that it's going to be worth this much money? Now, talking with some of the Bitcoin folks, and this is where this really gets insane. You know, supposedly when it started, it was a libertarian deal, okay? You know, it was a libertarian deal that, you know, we're going to have product that we don't have to depend on governments, and, you know, it's going to be real. And if we just stop right there, it's like, oh, really? Like, you know, and how are you going to do that? Well, we found out how they're going to do it, folks. Every one of these scams come down, they were all paying interest to each other. And, you know, the bottom line is that, you know, I think we've all got a pretty good education on interest and compound interest when you're in the, you know, sixth and seventh grade, right? You can't, interest, you know, can eat you alive in 2 seconds. So how is the fact that they're paying 8% to 14% interest, and how are they making money? Well, they're making money because they're not making money. They're using the money coming in for everything else. Anyway, you get the gist of it. But what's blowing my mind right now is that you still, you know, you get a lot of people hiding, but you get a lot of people saying, no, this is, I can't, you know, this is going to be it again. It's like, okay, man, you know. And the differential, I think at the beginning what they did is this. The differential, blockchain is here. And blockchain is an accounting system, man. That's all it is. It's an accounting system that is very efficient, that's really good. That has nothing to do with Bitcoin. They got Bitcoin on the accounting system. And then about the deal about the 20 million coins, well, yeah, you get 20 million coins, but what if they're split up 20 million times X for each coin? Well, you get as much as you want, right? So that's infinity also. You know, I went through this deal. I had my head wrapped around. Somehow I got lost down that rabbit hole about 3 weeks ago when I was home about infinity of, you know, 1 and 1 of 2, 2 and 1 of 3, 3, you know, and all of this. And I'm saying there's never an end, man. There's not. I mean, with numbers, there's never an end. What's the end? There's no end, you know? Wow. Anyway, don't buy Bitcoin. Don't get hung up on that BS, okay? And, you know, it's hard enough making money on a straight market. Never mind, you know, something that, you know, is all, you know, garbage. Dow Industrials right now up 73, Nasdaq's up 171, S&P's up 35. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 92. The Nasdaq's up 174. S&Ps are up 36. So let's talk about the banking system, because I know as I just went on a little trip, bottom line, folks can say our banking system is the same way. Well, no, it's not. Okay, and the reason it's not. It was at one point. That's what brought the Depression on, but it's not. It's a fiat system, and what a fiat system does is that, yes, you can give them $1 and they can lend out 90 cents. What the difference is in a monster way is that you don't have banks basically taking your money and having nothing behind it and trying to get more money on it and offering you interest rates that they can't make more money on. That's one of the largest things out there. The texture of how we came to fiat money, you can buy anything you want. You can pay your taxes. You can do all of the above. Are there crooks in the business? There's crooks in every business, folks. That's the bottom line. But it's a good system. If you can come up with another one, let me hear it, man. Because the bottom line is that, they claim that they come up with another one, and that wasn't another one, okay? It was just a way to take people's money. That's the real bottom line. And so picture this. Just picture this for a second. Common sense, right? We all run our own home life, and we pay our bills. So just if we stay with that aspect, every single one of those people in that business has to know that if they're taking money in and they're paying percentages out on that money, where are they getting it? You can't do anything. It's not like, we all pay for our house, right? So we're paying with a 4%, 3%, whatever that is, right? And you either have to have a cash flow positive rent structure in, or that's your home, okay? And you're making money and you're paying for your home, and you hope that it goes up by 2, 3, 4% a year. Yeah, we exploded, but over a longer period of time, you'll see again, okay, the bottom line is that, everything goes like this. Yeah, you get my point. My point is that our banking system and the fiat system, if we didn't have the fiat system and you only stayed with gold, and trust me, I love gold, but there's no way that just gold works, because you wouldn't be able to basically build things. You wouldn't be able to produce things. I learned more about, debt structures. I think I've said this plenty of times. I think it's really good when you see them when you're a lot younger. And someone just mentioned it in the den. That was that guy Keaton and Silverado. I mean, the savings and loans fiasco was unbelievable. But guess what? The bottom line is that, the people that are crooks, they lost a lot. Everyone else, they came in, saved the deal. That's how it continues to be. So you need accumulations of money in order to grow. And then if we take it one step more, the bottom line, that's why the dollar, okay, is the strongest currency in the world, because it has to do not just with, the dollar, the number. It has to do with you, me, everyone here, the productive value of the country and how much each one of us are putting into that pot. That's what makes things strong. I remember when I was interviewing Bill O'Neill, right? I thought this was one of the coolest things that I got out of some of those interviews. And what it was this. Everyone was always worrying about the dollar, right? And they're always worrying about our debt. And you know what he says to me? He says, well, that's one side of the balance sheet. He says, what about the other side of the balance sheet? What about the assets of the United States of America? What about the Yellowstone? What about, I mean, you know, when you look at it that aspect, what about all of us? What about the aspect of all of us? What is that worth? You get the gist of it. The bottom line is that cyclical, we're going to be up and down, you know, and hey, listen, we've seen it. I'm not saying that Wall Street doesn't push out paper. That's a whole different subject, man. That's a whole, I mean, every one of those sparks are going downtown. That's a whole different subject. All I'm trying to, you know, get across here is that, you know, we got a pretty good system going, man. You know, if you can find another one, all you have to do, I guarantee you go overseas almost anywhere, you can't wait to get back to the United States. That's how it kind of works. So let's see what we got here with the S&Ps. You know, that's teetering up at that, it got over the 50, now it's under the 50. But what we are going to have here, we are going to have a higher high with volume. So my take is we're going to go right back topside. You know, so let's see. So right there. Okay, so this is going to be cool. See how they try to jam it down? There's only 40. Okay, so watch this. 45,000 contracts at the last 10 minutes. But guess what? You're going into 75,000. And that low there, the high of that is 3,999, and you're already over it. This is going to go up again, you know. If you want to play with these, you know, if you're trading intraday, folks, these 10-minute charts, you know, work. They work for me. Let's put it that way. And you know, when I came upon the 10-minute chart, trust me, I was using every different type of chart, and that's what everyone does do, you know, at the beginning of their career. I mean, that's how it works, because, you know, you're all searching. We're all searching. We're searching on a continual basis, and I get that. There's no doubt about that. You know, when you have consistency, though, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that type of consistency that you can understand because it's your money, you know. So we go take a look at, let's go to Target, because Target's going to be coming out either tonight or tomorrow. Let's see. So that's coming out tomorrow before the market. What Target did out here, bottom line, you had Walmart come out. So this is going to be challenging for Target because, you know, bottom line, Target does not have the chart that Walmart had anyway. That's the real bottom line. You know, we're at 178. You know, this can go spike to that 183. Let's go take a look at this on a weekly. So on a weekly, yeah, it wants to be tested. You know, we'll see whether it can do anything about it. But, you know, it's almost like the interesting one is here, that Home Depot. Home Depot is really interesting because I was talking about this yesterday. That had the sign of strength. Bottom line, it just shook off everything out here today. Home Depot wants to go run to this 332. And we'll see if there's any juice behind it. What is interesting, you know, all these 13Fs are coming out now. And what was interesting, I was looking at this one. Beazer Homes, you had Apollo come in. Let me see. I find out what they bought. I think they bought about 13 or 14% of Beazer Homes. There's BlackRock. 1 second. Oh, we get a caller. We get a blast from the past. I love it. Steve Woods, what's going on?
Hey, Tom.
How you been, man?
Oh, I'm doing really well.
That's a beautiful thing.
Thanks to the courses you guys offer, I'm doing really well. But what I wanted to call about what you were talking about there about the fiat money system. The big problem I have with the fiat money system is that the workers don't get raises, you know, with inflation. If you had a minimum wage that was, you know, set to the inflation rates, then you'd have a whole lot less people who are totally upset. But what we have, like when my wife and I started in 1990, we had a really good year. We made, between the two of us, we made $70,000. And back then, interest rates were at like 10%, right? So we thought, okay, all we got to do is save $700,000, and at 10% interest rates. Of course, now I'm a novice, totally back then, right? So
stay right there, Steve. We just got a quick break, and we'll come back. All right.
Okay.
Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. I'm talking with Steve Woods from Maryland. We're talking about fiat. We're talking about inflation. You know, Steve, I absolutely I understand what you're saying. I don't think that the fiat has anything to do with, though, the aspect of minimum wage, because I would say that everyone was at the, sleep at the switch the last 20 years. I mean, because I've seen the difference of how CEOs used to not get 100 times what the employee was getting. Do you know what I'm saying? And that totally changed. And, that has to do with Wall Street. That doesn't have to do with fiat companies, money. That has to do with greed.
But somebody who's just starting out, they have to, they have to make so much more money to get to the standard of living that you had just, in 1990, we could do really well on a $70,000 a year salary, right? And we figured we'd retire by getting $700,000 and having 10% interest on it. Of course, then I was a beginner, but that when we reached $700,000, then the target had changed. It was then $1.4 million.
And that will always change. I get that.
When we reached $1.4 million, it turned into $2.1 million.
Right.
And it's like you can never get ahead, right? And so I'm thinking somebody who's just starting out is really suffering. And what about the debt? $31 trillion. That's got to be paid sometime.
Yeah, it will be paid with more paper money. And just when I brought up, I get it. What about that? But guess what? What about all the land? What about all the people that are producing? What about all that?
I agree with we have incredible assets, and the greatest asset is the American people. But,
right.
I mean, I'm learning that it's like over 50% of our college students are socialists. Socialism
that started when you and I were kids. I walked out of a veterans program at UMass because I told an English teacher, I had just got out of the Marines 30 days before that. I told an English teacher that he's giving him a bunch of crap. And he says to me, well, it's evident you're from a rich family, man. You had a private education. I looked at him. I says, man, I paid my way out of high school. I just got out of the Marines, and that was the last time I ever looked back. So anyway, Listen, man, it's great hearing from you. Call again, Steve.
Okay.
Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Come back and listen to Tommy tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Kicks us off. Great show, folks. Look at him, folks.